Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. What is up, fellas?
Oh, it's been going good, man. Very good tonight. I've been watching the Underwear Olympics today. I'm very excited.
Underwear Olympics.
That's very good indeed. No,
That's funny.
Oh man. Oh, let me tell you, you ain't seen nobody drool like you see Anna. She loves watching the wide receivers. And she, and all she's doing, she comments on their all of them. She's like, he got some skinny legs, but he got a nice ass. And I'm like, dude, I'm like right here, dude. She's like, I know.
Tell Anna to stop being a hornball, man.
Right. She was tripping on it, especially the movies that are all bulking, built like a brick. She's like, God damn, he is built. Holy shit. I said, look, I'm built too. So I'm just round.
Man, women got it good, man. They can say whatever they want.
That's right.
Be an issue. We do
Absolutely.
it. We creepos.
That's exactly true. If we start looking at hot chicks like that and go to, hey man, she's got nice set of titties on her. You pig.
Yep. Pervy.
Here we are already.
Well, nobody's going to send you an email.
In a couple new places this week, so I was hoping to try and get some people around.
Maybe.
Whoever I scared the hell off, I'm sorry. We're doing a live hangout this week.
Yeah.
So the links are posted in all the chats. If anybody needs a link, go ahead and message me. And
see if anyone wants to hop in. We'll see if they want to play.
Yeah, we're just going to chill.
Want to come in and play with us? Ha
ha. Hi, I'm Rusty.
I thought that's where we were going with that.
I got some candy. Oh God.
You know I can do Herbert, right? From Family Guy.
You can? Dude, oh my God, it's fucking good. You're so good at that. I can't do it. I can't get that.
I'm waiting on the paper boy to give me some good news.
That's great. Oh man. It's creepy, but it's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Funny, yeah, that shit's great. Oh my God.
Then he gets mean about it. Have you seen those ones?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you at?
Stop wasting my time. Oh man.
Fucking wonderful, man. That is a good show though.
It is, man. It is equal opportunity too. Gotta love it.
I think he's gonna have, because they're still doing new episodes of that, aren't they?
They are on Fox.
Yeah, see, it's gonna, that shit. I mean, I don't know if it'll have as long a run as The Simpsons. It might. I don't know. Simpsons have been on forever. It seems like, but
here's the thing about The Simpsons is that The Simpsons are still going. So that's the thing. So it's gonna be hard for them to catch up with The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Still going.
But just to have like if you can get away with like a 7 or 10 year run on that shit, that's amazing. But damn,
all the mergers and acquisitions. Do you know who owns the Fox channel?
Who owns the actual channel?
Disney still owns them, right? Don't they?
No. Disney owns the movie.
No, Disney owns them now.
Yeah, not the channel.
Yeah,
I thought they only bought Fox Studios.
Princess.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought they only bought the movie studio, not the channel, not the Fox. Not
they bought
Fox the channel. They don't own. The only thing they don't own is Fox News.
Really? Fox I didn't know that.
So no, they own Spot. I thought they owned Fox Sports too. They were doing a merger with. They're trying to do like a super app or something like that for sports.
No, because they own ESPN.
But no, that's true. Going out but they're not the only two sports entities out there, which wouldn't make them a monopoly.
That's true. You're right. It wouldn't, but
they're trying to do a merger to make them the largest sports entity. App, trying to do a big app or something.
You remember the last person that tried to, before Fox Sports, that tried to fucking compete with ESPN was CNNSI. Remember how that went? Oh
yeah, I remember that.
Oh dear God! Yeah,
I remember that.
But that was such a doom. That was almost doomed from the start, man. That's terrible. But it's you know what's fun about ESPN? We always talk about Disney, how much money Disney brings in and everything, and all the. But it's funny, they're cheap as fuck, dude. ESPN. Anytime anybody gets to where they've been at ESPN long enough to where they got a lot of cred and they're like really popular, and their contract is up and they can demand a high salary from somewhere else, ESPN says, "Yeah, go ahead and go.
Yeah,
We're not gonna pay you."
it's smart fucking business.
Well, it
Colin
is.
Cowherd. I mean,
But then
fired
only
Stephen A. and had him back.
Yeah, right. Colin Cowherd's a perfect example of it. The Cowherd, but they
Skip Bayless.
Well, initially they wanted Cowherd back, and Cowherd said no.
Skip intentionally left. Like he had a bigger offer with Fox, so he left for the money.
Yeah, but they didn't match.
But they could have. He didn't want to. He wanted to move to California. He took the bigger pay to have more creative control of his show, and to move to California.
And I know some of
big thing.
And see, that's different. If you want to leave on your own, I get it
for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like Disney rarely, or Disney, ESPN.
Yeah, because they've been doing this before Disney bought them.
Absolutely, they rarely fight to keep anyone. I mean, really, they just don't. Like, remember Dan Patrick was a huge bit. He was one of the original Sports Center guys, and Dan Patrick was like, "Yeah, I can make more money on my own. I'm out of here."
Even look at the fact that all the NBA guys are practically gone. Right, so anybody who's doing sideline stuff, NBA games, like there's no Mark Jackson, no Stan Van Gundy. Mike Breen is working for the New York Knicks now. What else? It was somebody else, and it's like, man, like it's like almost a whole new cast. And some of them are not bad, but some of them are just like it's unbearable. I can't even watch the game with them talking.
That's how I am with Sports Center now. I have a hard time watching Sports Center because they got these new guys that are just like they're just terrible.
The last time I tried to watch Sports Center regularly was during the His and Hers era, where they had Michael and Jamel.
Facts. Jamel and Michael, man.
Yeah.
Well,
yes, sir.
That might have been the last time it was possibly entertaining. To be honest with you, and watchable.
Good.
I can't. I can't. I don't watch ESPN that much anymore. Really, I don't. I mean, for maybe Monday Night Football games.
If it's not watch it. I'm not watching it, bro. I'm being honest with you. Or NBA Today, I'll watch it. I don't really like what's that girl's name? The black co-host, the light-skinned girl who always thinks like she's such and such. Like she has these stances and she'll come to these conclusions, but then never apologizes for being wrong. Like when she went at Stephen A. Smith when he made that comment about something. I forget her name, but I don't really like her. But other than that, everybody no, not Sage Steele. It's the other one. She's newer. Her last name might be Andrews.
Malika
Andrews. Don't like her.
Oh, really?
A button. Don't like
Wes, what's up, brother? Molly Queerum.
I like Molly.
Did Molly fucking divorce Jalen or vice versa?
Yeah, her and Jalen been divorced since last year, bro.
Oh damn, man, that sucks, man.
You know he's like Angela Rye.
Oh, cool. But like I liked that couple at the time. I did too. It was cool.
I did too.
What Jalen is she married to?
Jalen Rose.
No shit, really? Wow.
They've been divorced actually 2 years now.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose was banging a media person, huh?
Yeah, they met at ESPN.
Yeah.
Jalen, he's like, I'm gonna tear that pussy up. All right. Yeah. Now, was he still playing, or was he already?
No. This is when they were colleagues. They met as colleagues.
Okay. He was working at ESPN after he left.
Dude, I like Jalen Rose a lot.
Me too. He got fired too.
Yeah.
I just like because he was outspoken as shit sometimes. He was
all the time.
Baylor's the business.
Yo,
and that podcast was good.
The best show on
ESPN
in probably the last 10 years was Jalen and Jacoby.
It's a good one. It reminded me a lot of Dan Lebertar's show, like him and Lebertar and Bomani.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they just don't let anything go or anything, man. He was. I like listening to it because he would call players out in every sport too. It didn't matter, football, basketball. He didn't give a shit, dude.
Gold pizza. He was really good at that.
Jalen.
Well, I remember cold pizza. That's right. That was Now,
we all know he was part of the FAF, man. Come on now. Yeah, how do you not know that?
Now it's like Greenie's got his show right now.
Yeah, so basically Greenie does Get Up in the Morning. Yeah. Actually, Jalen was on that too. He was on that show with him. Yeah.
Damn. Greenie is like the last guy at ESPN that's like been there for a long time.
Yeah.
He might be the last of the Mohicans.
I got a question, man, because it involves someone who's dear to my heart because he was on the 2008 Celtics.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Kendrick Perkins for fucking real?
About what?
Everything.
You know, I'm going to tell you. I think sometimes he be capping, but most times I agree with him. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he's funny, he's entertainment,
but sometimes, like,
yeah, sometimes he be capping. Okay. But I mean that he's coming from a former player standpoint, and he don't really call out, like, he don't always call out former players, but sometimes, like, if it's egregious, he gonna tell you the truth. Like, oh, that's great. But I like his euphemisms too, though. I like his euphemisms; they're pretty good.
It's hilarious.
But you not
heard them stories. I love them stories behind the scenes about like when him and fucking Garnett first met. And like that kind of stuff, like Garnett and Big Baby arm wrestling.
Well, hey, at least he ain't dumb enough to say the kind of things Cheryl Swoops be saying. Like if you're according to Cheryl Swoops, because she's black, she can't be racist. Because she's black. If you see black people can't be racist, that's what she said.
Christ, you're gonna get me into this.
I'm gonna say this as the resident black person on the show. There is a technicality to it because racism is steeped in power, and black people for hundreds of years have not held the same power to be racist.
Now, okay, yeah.
So when you go with the technical term of racism and see where it's come from, is rooted in that. Now, can black people be prejudiced? Absolutely. But I do understand where she's coming from, where black people cannot be.
But
racist.
No. But they can now.
Hold on,
now.
Please.
What?
There is a theory of systemic racism in this country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The theory of systemic racism says that oppressed people cannot be racist.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, that's it. So, like, the thing for me is I believe that there are two completely different types of racism. I believe that there's a systemic racism in this country that benefits people of my skin color, and
definitely
whether I choose to participate in it or not goes on. I can try.
It still happens,
I can try and do my best in order to be,
to use your privilege to not allow it to be
absolutely
something consistent. I get it, 100%.
Right. So I believe in that type of racism. I also believe in personal racism.
Okay,
and
elaborate.
What I mean by that is any belief that someone holds that is racist doesn't change the fact that it's racist because of their skin color.
Okay.
Whether or not the economic situation is different, I'm saying that if you have a viewpoint in your mind that is racist, you're a racist.
What is she saying that she? What is she saying that is racist? I guess would have to be the question.
Well, a lot of people actually. I don't even know if it's I don't even know if she was being racist. It was her criticism of Caitlin Clark. And
she was defending herself because
and what she and her racist. Right. She and some people said she was being. I don't know that she was being racist necessarily. She was ignorant, not racist. There's a difference.
Caitlin Clark. What she
no. Cheryl Swoops was saying that Caitlin Clark was playing her. She was on Gilbert Arenas' show. Okay, initially. And she was saying that, and she made some points. She made some points that I do agree with her on some things. Caitlin Clark is going to come in. She announced she's going to go into WNBA next year, right?
Mm-hmm. Which she should.
She should. Exactly. It's no brainer. She's and what she was saying was she's not going to. Don't expect her to be throwing all these shots up every. What she was saying basically is it's going to take her a season or two to establish in the WNBA because it's a different level of play.
Yeah,
and I get that. I get it.
Yeah.
What people are pissed about is the stupid thing she was saying. Like she's trying to say that, but with regards to the scoring title, I mean, she's going to be the all-time leading scorer in college basketball. Period.
Correct.
Period.
Yes.
She's going to take. She needs 18 points to take down what's his name?
Pete Maravich.
Pete Maravich. 18 points, and she's gonna get that 18 points, I'm sure.
For sure.
Right in the last game. So she's gonna take that down. What she was saying was that record should come with a caveat. It should have like a some asterisk. Kind of like asterisk next to it, right? Because she said Caitlin Clark got to play 5 years. That's not true. Caitlin Clark's only played 4 years. She's in her 4th year now. She tried to say Caitlin Clark was 25. She's not 25. She's 22.
Yeah.
So people were really calling her out, and people were saying that they thought she was being racist because she's trying to undermine Caitlin Clark's accomplishments any way she can, even going as far as lying.
To be fair, that doesn't sound like racism. That sounds like a ignorant statement. Like she's uninformed.
That's how I feel about those statements. I feel like she was just an idiot.
From what I'm reading, it doesn't seem like Cheryl Swoops brought anything of race into it. She was talking about it seemed like she was talking about basketball facts.
That's what I think she did.
And the problem is that any time that someone of race or a white person criticizes the opposite, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to say Eric's being racist because he's criticizing me.
Your ears perk up a little more.
Eric's going to say, Russ, you're being racist because you're criticizing him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's what you're saying.
It has nothing to do with the content of what the woman said.
Right, and I think that's and I understand the Caitlin Clark apologist. I get it, coming out of the woodwork, but I didn't think it was a racist. I didn't think what she was saying was racist either. I guess I thought she was an idiot, but not racist. But people were really hammering her and saying she was being racist. Right. Well, okay. So she goes back. I guess she's on his show again. I guess, and she explained herself, and she defended herself, and she also
because she was black, she couldn't be racist.
Right. That's what she said because she's black, and the reason why I had a problem with that is because, and I get what y'all are saying because I didn't understand that. Anna actually explained that to me earlier, what y'all were going into about how oppressed people, and I didn't really get that because I thought being oppressed could make you racist. So because it goes to show sure it could. I mean, if you're oppressed by Germans, you're probably not going to like Germans very much.
There's a difference in in what I'm saying about the concept of personal racism and systemic racism.
Right.
It doesn't. No. Let's go back because before you go back to that again, I think it's important to clarify. It cannot make you racist by being oppressed. It can make you prejudiced. And
maybe prejudice. Maybe we
could race. It's a very thin line, but it's very important to differentiate because I think prejudice means because this person did this to me, then I feel these people are this way.
So it's less about their race and more about the type of person.
Correct. And if I keep getting this same issue from this group of people, then you're prejudiced towards that.
I see what you're saying.
You can be prejudiced towards an action.
Yeah. I think I attach prejudice to racism.
Can we agree that being prejudiced is a larger term than being racist?
What do you mean larger? Oh yeah, I think it's way more prejudice than it is racist.
Well, what I'm saying is being prejudiced covers a lot more than being racist.
Yes, I would agree with that.
You understand what I'm saying? You can be.
It will cover more than race. It will cover more than religion. It will absolutely. Right. It's larger.
So what I'm saying is racism comes under that blanket. I'm saying that I feel like it's semantics to say that, race.
I don't know. Words are so I don't think it's semantics because words are chosen for a reason. That's why there's certain words that you say and certain words you don't say. Like if I'm having a conversation with my wife, about a certain thing, I'm very methodical in what I say because I don't want her to take my words in a different way. Words mean
I understand. No, you're right.
It's very important that you use the proper words, especially when you come into hot button situations like this. Certain words mean certain things. Now they can be, again, cousins. They're cousins. They're kin.
Okay.
But it's a very thin line, just like it's a very thin line between love and hate, right? There's a very thin line between making a joke and hurting somebody's feelings. You gotta be
careful what you're
saying. What you say, it's a thin line.
If I'm walking down the street and a brother beats me up because I'm white, that's not racist.
Well, it depends on the intent. It depends on the intent.
I'm just saying because I'm white, because I'm walking down the street and I'm white in the wrong area where I shouldn't be, and that brother decides because I'm not where I'm supposed to be and because my skin color is what it's not supposed to be in that area and beats me up, I'm saying that's racist.
Okay, I could see where you would come to that conclusion.
Because the social theory that to me that you're speaking of says that people without power and that have been
but hold on, like
victimized cannot be racist.
You got to kind of stop it there. So now you have to then continue to go on. Why did he beat you up? Because he believes you're black. Because you're white. Because every person that is coming to his life in that neighborhood, and I'm just I'm not defending him. I'm just saying that's why the intent makes sense. You have to go deeper. Hey man, my dad was beat by a white man. My such and such was beat by a white man, and this, that, and the other. I've been stuck in this little pocket my whole life, right? And this is all I know. So if I'm in this pocket and this, that, and the other, I just couldn't handle it anymore, and I snapped on the first white man that I see. Not wrong. Right? Wrong, insensitive, terrible, doesn't necessarily mean he's racist. He's prejudiced against a particular set of people because that's the neighborhood he's in. He's in an oppressed state. So again, now if it's just a rich white, like a rich black guy who going out just smacking up against white people, then he could definitely be racist.
Okay.
That would be an anomaly. Most of the time it don't happen that way.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I just think that if you target someone because of their race, that's a racist act. I don't care about the color of your skin or how you've been oppressed. Like it's racist. It's it is the dictionary point definition when it comes to what you're talking about. When people talk about like because of power imbalance and hundreds of years of oppression and everything, that's what they're saying, that because of that history it doesn't make that racist. And what I'm saying is I believe that if we don't just say okay, racist is racist, we're not like we can't be honest with each other.
And by the way, let me clarify, because I don't want people to think because I'm defending her position,
right? No,
I'm saying that
this is
I'm trying
a
to bring
form of racism too, because you're the black dude on the show and having to fucking defend any position of a black person whenever we have a discussion like this.
No, that's more.
I am aware of it.
I don't think that's racism.
Well, all I want to say is this.
But like this is how multi-layered these discussions are.
Right.
And, like I am trying to be as cognizant as I can be, and I just want to be like open about the discussion.
No, all I know is she did say that she had spoken to Caitlyn though. Apparently they had words, and apparently things got straightened out a little bit, and she did admit that she was wrong about Caitlyn's age and how long Caitlyn has been playing. So she did correct herself on those things. That's all I wanted her to do, was correct herself on the ignorant, buffoon, stupid ass things she said. Because she was just sounding like I believe if you're a person like her, you gotta stop.
Here's the thing.
Don't say nothing if you don't know.
If I accuse you of being prejudiced or racist,
and
then My second, the other thing is that I'm talking about your comments about basketball. Which one are you going to defend first?
Well, no. Well, actually, she didn't defend that first. Well, she did defend it first. But she didn't say anything about the racist thing until she said that she said, let me clarify what I meant. Right. And she straightened that out. But then she said, and look, she said, people will accuse me of being attack me, come at me, and I was racist. And she said, and that's when she said, I can't be racist. I'm black. I can't be racist. And I think that got a lot of people fired up too. I just don't know if I agree with her on that, but I don't know that that didn't bother me. So whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But that's what you're saying. It's probably the more important thing to, because people were attacking her pretty bad. She was getting ate up, man.
That's the thing. Like, you're gonna defend yourself from what the most serious thing,
right?
Being accused of.
Yeah, 1,000%. Absolutely.
Well, I got a hot button take on the whole Caitlin Clark thing. So,
here we go.
So, and this is more of an indictment on media, in my opinion. So, when we had the likes of one Kobe Bean Bryant, one Michael Jeffrey Jordan,
yes,
blowing records out the roof for scoring titles, right? And this, that, and the other, they were called ball hogs. They were called selfish players.
That's true.
No one said that about Caitlin Clark.
Well, the reason why is because she leads. She's one of she's like 6th all time in assists, and she so she distributes the ball a lot. So it would be hard to call her that. But nobody
talks about her assists. They talk about her scoring, right?
Yeah. True. They talk about her score, but you're right.
That's my whole point. Because Kobe has had an average of more than 6 assists a game.
Right, and I've heard that about Kobe before too, where people call him a ball hog.
He averaged 5 assists a game at times. He was left to be a scorer. All I'm saying is the media chooses, and that to me is more of an indictment on the color that they see than the whole Cheryl Swoops conversation and Caitlin Clark. And this is no knock on Caitlin. I think she's a phenomenal player. I hope she breaks that record. I hope she gets to the WNBA and shines more light on them. The popularity is only going to help that sport grow, and hopefully they get the money that they deserve. So, me, I'm a girl dad. I'm all for that.
My issue with her in the WNBA, it's not even a race thing. It's more of a I hope it's not what I've heard about. I hope the things I've heard that we've heard from former players that have played in the WNBA have come out and said that there's a lesbian culture that goes on in there, like homosexual culture. That is, and that they tend to be bullyish toward women that aren't like lesbians, and that kind of stuff is, if that stuff's going on, the WNBA has got bigger problems than anything.
So they saying the WNBA is prison.
Yeah, kinda. That's kind of how they're acting. Yeah, sorta. And I'm like, but that's what it sounds like that kind of that kind of behavior. And I'm like, what?
Listen,
so that's what they need to do, man. So since the WNBA has never made money a day in their motherfucking life, they need to let the NBA put fucking cameras in the fucking locker rooms and call it ball is the new black.
Oh my god, bro.
You're so stupid.
Never.
Get you a couple actresses, maybe get Lala to do a fucking guest appearance.
Hey, listen, Lala is banging, bro.
I know, right? I bet some of those basketball players like to bang Lala.
I'd watch all day. That's all I'm saying, man. I just think it's eerily weird that no one has, and I've been watching her for the past 4 years for sure, since she came on. Even since Sabrina was even in the in college. Old girl who Kobe kind of mentor. I can never pronounce her last name, so I'm not gonna butcher it. But
I haven't watched the WNBA since Rebecca Lobo love.
Listen, she shoots, but the girl can shoot from the NBA 3 line.
It's disgusting.
Is going to light it up, bro.
She's her game is unreal. She's unbelievable.
She's crazy challenge stuff, though.
I'm a fan of Paige Beckers, and she plays for UConn, and she's an unbelievable player. But compared to Caitlin Clark is a scoring
How bad does
machine.
She stuff?
How bad did she lose to Steph? I think she could actually. I think Caitlyn could actually. If
Caitlyn
not,
might hang with him. I don't know if she beat him.
I think she can beat him. I mean, Sabrina was only 3 behind him.
That's a good point. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so it was Sabrina that was shooting. It wasn't Caitlyn Clark.
No,
Sabrina that was shooting. She only lost by 3. And so if that's the case, then I think. But I think next year it's either going to be Klay Thompson and Caitlyn, or they're going to make Sabrina and probably double up. It's probably going to be them 4.
For you. Here's a good one since we're talking fucking basketball now.
What's that?
All right, who's the better shooter? Is it Steph or is it Klay?
I mean, it's you gotta only barometer you can go by is made. You can't even go by percentage because we know Steph takes more shots than him, but you can only go by made. That's it. He got the record more than everybody. He got the record, and they've been in about the same amount of time too.
True.
Klay Thompson's really good. He's really good though. I've seen him have games where he was unfucking real. I don't know. It's hard.
What do you have? Like 60 points in 3/4?
Yeah.
Pretty scary.
Like that.
61 3/4.
I mean, you can't.
I think he had 40 and a half. It was.
It's just Steph though. Will just sometimes. Steph will like. I wish I could say
the circus shots.
It's normal.
Make him the better shooter.
You know.
It's not just the circus shots. It's the clutch shots.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's clutch. The dude is clutch.
Yeah,
they don't go to Klay at the end of games. They go to Steph.
That's true. Steph's going to be the
thing. Get his own shot.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, Steph will create his own shot a lot, and it's like, but part of it too is I don't believe players to me guard him tight enough sometimes.
It's hard. You see his handles.
I know, but it's like, but I will say this: I think they know they got to give him some space though, because if they trying to get too hard on him, they're gonna make contact. They're gonna get called. So you can't. So there's only so much you can do, but.
Yeah, Steph struggles with the bigger guards though.
He does.
Guards guarding him. It's hard for him to get that creative space.
That's true because they definitely put the hands up and get in his face. And I've always thought that was the, if you're gonna have a chance in hell of stopping him, you've got to interrupt him. You've got to do something, even if it means fouling him. I'm sure that foul is ass intentionally. Give him a good hard foul. Do something. You know, you gotta just disrupt his game any way you can. But I've seen him though play games where I've watched him. Just disruption or not, he can't be stopped. It's like unbelievable. God damn, will he miss?
Yo, this Western Conference looks like it's full of like paper tigers, man. There's so many teams I don't trust right now that are huge in the standings.
Well, I can tell you, Denver look like they're gonna lose to the Lakers tonight. And LeBron scored 40,000, by the way.
Nice.
Yes, he did, and Anna and I were talking about that today, and I said
your 2 top teams in the Western Conference are the Timberwolves and the Thunder.
but the Timberwolves look legit, and so do the Thunders. I've been watching a lot of games.
Well, see, like my thing is I don't think the Timberwolves are there, but I think the Thunder are definitely legit.
So it's harder for me to believe that they're more legit than the Timberwolves when the Timberwolves have a more veteran team than the Thunder do.
I don't trust Cat.
You don't.
I can't trust a youthful team yet. Like we don't know what Giddey will do in the playoffs. We don't know what Shea will do deep in the playoffs. We definitely don't know what Chet would do. He's second-year player deep in the playoffs.
That's a good point.
What the hell Shai is gonna do in the playoffs?
You said what?
I'm excited as hell to see what he's gonna do in the playoffs.
Yeah, I want to see it, but
but there's like so many different pieces on that team that are so interesting. Like Dortz.
Yeah, Lou Dort is nice.
Yeah,
he's nice.
But that's the thing. Like, I think on the Timberwolves, if you look, Ant Edwards is the truth. Like,
yes, and they can play a half court game. That's what's gonna help you win in the playoffs. Shea and them, they run because they use their legs a lot. They youth that don't work in the playoffs. It's a different game. It's a lot slower. They can make adjustments better because they playing you more consistently. I don't know, man. I don't even know if they'll make it past the second round. I'm gonna be honest with you. and that's the scary part. They get a good team that's at the bottom because the West is only separated by a few games, right? So anybody that they get to, if they get a Dallas team, Dallas
I don't
can take
think anybody wants to see Dallas in the playoffs.
Saying, man, so they got to be careful. I listen. I'm not hating on them.
Luka dropped that 73, and everybody just shut up.
Yeah, fat and sloppy too. That's the crazy part. Fat and sloppy.
Yo,
he is Luka, out of shape, out of overweight.
Luka is the Latvian Barkley. If Barkley had Bird's game,
that's fucking funny.
I can see that. I can see that, man.
I'm gonna tell you something about basketball, and I'm not as big a basketball fan as probably either one of you are. I mean, I like basketball, and NBA is fun. I like watching the NBA toward the end of the season.
I grew up
and
in
the playoffs,
Boston, man, with the
right?
Celtics. I had.
Well, how can you not like basketball, right? I loved watching Michael Jordan play. He was amazing, incredible, right? Mm-hmm. And LeBron to me is an incredible player too. I think he's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. People misunderstand it. Because I give Jordan more respect than LeBron, it means I hate LeBron. I love LeBron. He's amazing, right? I am one of the people in basketball that I tend to favor experience over youth a lot.
All day.
And I really do. I feel like if you have a player who is, or our team, I was gonna say a team that's full of veterans, right. that they're gonna handle their business. And you can have these young guys are gonna be tearing it up and down the court. Eventually, that experience is gonna catch up. And I just think older guys are gonna win out. And so unfortunately, a team that's really young, it's hard to know.
Who goes into the play-in? 8, 9, and 10.
Yep. 7,
I think
8, 9, and 10.
Oh, 7 does too. Okay.
7, 8, 9, and 10. So do you want to know what the Western Conference play-in is right now?
What is the Western Conference play-in?
Golden State Warriors.
The Kings are
the Sacramento Kings. Yep.
And the Mavericks.
Mavericks, okay.
The Warriors and the Lakers.
Yep.
So you're telling me there's a possibility for like the 10th seed, if we will, or the number 10 team would play like the number 7 team, I guess.
So basically the 7th team gets the bye, but then the 7th and the 8th seed play to kind of figure out the 7th and 8th seeding.
Okay,
but this is after the 10th and the 9th play. So they play a one game elimination.
Okay.
The winner then plays the 9th and the 8th. Because the 7th game they get like a bye or something like that.
All right.
But then the 8th and the 9th play to solidify that, and then the 8th and the 7th seed play to kind of figure out seeding there, and you can bump the 9th team out. So it's nuts.
So you could be the 10th team, and you could get in. You could be in the play. You get in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. That's the whole purpose.
It's wild.
Make it spicy down there.
Jesus Christ.
For the Western Conference, it's the Kings, Mavericks, Warriors, and Lakers.
Now you see why I said if that number 2 seed is Oklahoma and they get Dallas, they better watch out because Kyrie is back. He's healthy, which we don't know how long that'll be. Luka's back. You got Hardaway Jr. Yeah. But they shipped out your boy, actually, Robert Williams. They shipped him out. They lost some defense there. And so
I know. That's kind of wild. Like, so when does so but do they play in
Russ?
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
It's a complete difference, and it seems like it's going to start going back to the 90s. The 7, 8, and 9, and 10th. The Magic, decent team actually. Pacers, actually a decent team.
Okay.
9 and 10, huge drop off. Bulls, Hawks.
Yeah.
So that Pacers team, man, I thought would be solidified as a solid playoff team this year, but Halliburton got injured.
Yeah.
And they were also separated by a few games down towards the bottom of the pack, and that hurt them. Because I still feel like the Pacers, if they make the playoffs, is a team to watch out for.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with The Bulls don't scare me, man. They honestly, if I'm Zach LaVine, I'm trying to get out of there. I want to go to a contender.
I don't care who I am. I'm trying to get out of there.
I mean, DeMar DeRozan, at this point, you at the tail end of your career, man. Just suck up the money.
I heard that the rumor is he wants to go back to San Antonio.
For what?
End his career there.
They ain't got no...
He just wants to end his career in San Antonio.
I mean, well, yeah, go to Texas. It's no state tax. Okay, cool.
Yeah, make your money.
That'd be the only reason why I want to go back. Like, keep the most of my money.
But, well, actually, here's a really good reason for him to go back, too. Greg Popovich is going to be stopping coaching soon. But a lot of these players, after they're done playing, are getting into coaching, including Tim Duncan. DeMar DeRozan could do a lot worse than going to San Antonio and sitting with Popovich for a year and watching him coach. But
he's not going to get a head coach job right away.
No, he'll have to work. He'll have to work and everything.
Years.
But like that's invaluable experience.
No, I'm with that. Listen. I like that. I like that better than him just going for the sake of just to end his career in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever happened to Lonzo? What's going on with him? Is he done? Is his career over with?
I don't know.
Because I haven't heard anything from him in forever. Lonzo Ball, like the only Ball brother that's still playing is LaMelo.
Yo, let's be honest. His father killed his career because the last time I paid attention to anything that I've heard about Alonzo Ball was his father telling him he was damaged goods.
Oof.
His dad is. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with that guy, man. God, dude. Why? Like,
how could you do that to your son?
I don't understand him, dude. He's weird.
Knowing it.
He's fucked up. I don't know. He's a fucked up guy. He's a self-promoting son of a bitch, so I don't know. Gotta be something. This is weird, man.
Don't do that to your boy.
How?
That's his firstborn, man.
LaVar Ball. That's the name.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how these playing games work. So what did they do? Extend? Y'all gotta explain.
Let me get back to the.
Let me get back to the numbers.
I'm caught up on this. So did they extend the playoffs an extra week?
Basically.
No. So you have an extra.
No,
I mean,
they basically.
So you have an extra.
So the play-in games start way before the playoffs actually start.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, like the thing is I've been very privileged recently to not have to care about that shit.
No, it's weird. It's it's an interesting idea because but it's fucking wild. You could really be a team that sucked all year.
I used to be a full NBA fan. I'm talking.
Wow.
I paid attention to the entire league. Fucking basketball cards. I can tell you the starting five for everybody. Their sixth man. I could go most deep to their 12th. Most teams to their 12th. Man. Now I just care about my goddamn Celtics.
Because they've been winning. But wait till they fall off again.
Oh God!
Be right back.
Every single goddamn team.
And what's that do for like the lottery? Like, what if we were a potential lottery team and you were sitting at 10, but you somehow won these games to get into the playoffs?
Well, you got to remember, lottery is only 1 through 7. 14. Is the lottery 1 through 14?
Well, they call them lottery teams. I think it's exactly what you said. Is 1 through 7.
I think 1 through 7 or 1 through record.
8. And there's some kind of tiebreaker, but aren't they changing it too so that like tanking doesn't have so much to do with the formula?
They should because
they're weighting losses differently for the lottery.
I don't know. I'm cool with that because it drives me crazy. I fucking hate that shit. Can't stand a team losing their ass off just so they can have a shot at the number one.
The ultimate form of that is the process.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
It does say the first 14. The lottery determines the first 14 picks. That is correct.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So literally, you could be a lottery. So what happens if you make say you get in the playoffs, and what if you go to the next round of the playoffs? You can't be a lottery team anymore.
No, you won't. You wouldn't be because you're a playoff team. Because playoff teams are excluded from the lottery automatically.
Have to be, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, that makes sense because you're
unless you traded with a team and they didn't give you stipulations on that draft pick, then you could technically be a lottery pick.
Oh yeah, like a protected pick. Okay. Yeah, because picks are protected if they're lottery picks, but if they're not lottery picks, then they can be treated. I see. I remember.
So you got to remember when the Pelicans they made the playoffs with that Anthony Davis, but still ended up having a number 1 pick.
That's true,
right? But that wasn't their pick. That was the Lakers' pick, right?
No, I know, but that's my whole point.
Yeah. Right? So, the Lakers didn't protect it.
If you're a playoff team, the pick that you are
supposed to get is you're not supposed to get a lottery pick, right?
A lottery pick.
Right.
That's good. That's what I would. Right. I just wanted to make sure that was the case because I was like,
that I would have heard of, and that I would have been like, holy.
Can you imagine that your team gets the second round, and
you don't need to go down that goddamn route.
That would be fucking funny though. I would.
No. What
That's
do you
crazy
think about reseeding in the playoffs?
Hockey
does.
I love reseeding.
I don't. Not in the NBA.
No.
Well, I mean, the NFL does it.
Yeah.
NFL's reseeds, but the NFL only has like a couple rounds too. But but still,
yeah. I mean, but the NFL is different because they got wild card games.
That's true, and that's because that's right.
So that would all that messes with reseeding anyway. So like I get that.
Yeah.
But in the NBA. Like, I think what helps them is the play-in tournament, not to have to do reseeding. Reseeding would be very tough to do in the NBA, especially now with the play-in games.
Yeah.
Because you got that team already changes their number, and then now they have to change again. Like, it would be kind of
that playoff schedule. That playoff schedule is just like fine-tuned to just it's insane. From like. It's funny. Like, I don't agree a lot with what Gilbert Arenas says. So some of his takes are a little out there for me, but a lot of what he says I do agree with. The NBA almost died in the 80s. Like their fucking final
Magic and Bird brought it back.
Yeah. But like the growth, the exponential growth from when David Stern took that league over with Michael Jordan, Magic, Larry, like for as many stars that came before them, we've never seen this like concentration of talent in the league that we have now. Every team in this league has a legit superstar.
Team. Not every team. My Pistons don't. We got a couple stars in the making. Like Cade Cunningham is a star in the making. Jaden Ivey star in the making, but they not superstars. Not even stars.
Not Wiseman, but what's that big man you guys got?
Duran.
No.
Had to be Duran because he wears number 0. We had Wiseman, and we no longer have Bagley. He's gone.
Was it New York that has Livers or whatever?
Oh, we have no, we traded for Livers.
Okay.
No, we traded Livers away, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I know what you mean, though. But I mean, even if it's not every team, a lot of teams do have a bona fide guy that they can say that. I would argue the Wizards probably don't, but they don't have a bona fide guy. Now. Well, they're a terrible organization.
Talent-wise, anyway. They do. Talent-wise, they do, but his head is not screwed on right.
Jalen, you talking about Jordan Poole? He could be.
I wouldn't consider him.
His head screwed on right, he'd be a 30-point game.
He has the potential.
He has shown that he can do it in this.
He has the potential.
Okay, but not
with a sports psychologist and hypnotize that motherfucker to never ever hear the name Draymond again.
Dude,
be fine.
Dude, you could say that. You could probably say that on a lot of players. That you're saying he hasn't reached his full potential, or has never reached his full, and he probably never will.
Dude, he got knocked out in a team practice in front of his entire team.
Yeah, he slumped him. And it wasn't even like, it was quick.
Wait, who did that? Who did that to him?
Draymond punched him in practice.
That's the dude that Draymond knocked out. I remember that. No, that's crazy, dude. Wow,
that's what I'm saying.
How is Draymond even allowed to play? I mean, they kept. Wow.
They need to get him someone to speak to.
Dude, I can't believe that he.
That man, I just.
They press no charges against him.
He needs to you then you're gonna look even worse.
Yes.
Why?
No, it's
this dude he knocked him out.
Well, let's be fair.
Press charges for something that happens in the locker room.
Yeah, sure you can.
You can, but hold on. Hold on, Nick. Hold on. Let's be fair. So first and foremost, this has been going on in the NBA for years. It just never got out because there was no camera phones, no social media. Michael Jordan punched players in the locker room. Him and Steve Kerr got in a fist fight.
I know that for sure. Yeah,
it happens all the time. So that's one. So that's the culture. You get suspended. Cool, you come back.
Yeah.
Two, you could very well press charges. You have the legal right to do so. Yes, you do. Yeah. However,
but then he would
never play another game in the NBA again. They would trade you to Moscow for a washing machine and a towel rack.
You know what it is? It's because
you would China.
It's that
pay for the Wuhan pandas.
It's because you got to keep it in house. That's why they say we'll take care of it here. You know,
dude,
they want to take care of it in house. That's why.
That's the thing. Like, that kid was so talented, and he started for fucking Steph when Steph was out, and stepped in. It was the perfect replacement. You saw what the next level of, well, not level, but the next iteration of that Warriors team was going to be when Steph and Clay step away. It was Jordan Poole, it was Kuminga and Wiggins, and then and even for how bad he is in Detroit, Wiseman, before he got injured, showed so much promise on that team.
I understand that, but showing the promise and actually being a superstar is two different things. You can't.
He was averaging 30.
But he's not now. He's not now. You can't.
That's
you can't.
Saying.
Right.
I'm saying that this one incident changed his career.
Then it did, and it's it. He's never going to probably reach his potential.
Wait, change it. Nick, I'm gonna disagree with you. This is not what changed his career. He was always this player. He had an ego. Remember, he played for Michigan. So I've been watching him for a long time. He had an ego. He just had never had nobody to check him. So Draymond checked him.
Well, maybe Draymond punched him in the face for a good reason.
Here's the thing. Do you really check somebody by sucker punching him?
He didn't sucker punch him. The dude stepped up in his face. Go back and watch it.
Yeah, he was facing here talking to dude.
No, he wasn't.
Draymond starts walking, calls his name, he turns around, and Draymond punches him.
He stepped up in his face, and then he punched him. Go back and watch it. I just watched it the other day. My coworker pulled it up. We were laughing about Jordan Poole the other day. Go back and watch it. You can pull it up here now for all I care. Go back and watch it. He stepped up to him, and then he short punched him right in his jaw, and that was it. That was it. He kind of fell forward. Like he basically fell into Draymond's arms.
We don't know probably what was said. Things might have been said beforehand too, things like that. I mean,
he was going. It was a heated exchange in practice that started off with him walking away. Yes, I do remember that part. But when he turned around, when he tapped him, he turned around and he jumped in that dude's face. He got chin checked.
Yeah,
okay, here it is. He's not facing him, and Draymond's walking. Bang! Walked right up in his face. He pushed him away. He pushed him away, and Draymond comes in swinging.
So how's that a sucker punch? That's my whole point. How's that a sucker punch?
I got.
If I push you away, it's not a sucker punch.
Yeah, that's true. You're quite.
Yeah, that's true.
You got pushed away. That guy's quite aware of you.
Yeah, but like, still, like.
Nope. Be prepared. If you gonna put your hands on me, be prepared. Be prepared.
But I mean, I know what you're saying, but that's to say that you're right. Probably that crushed his ego. Maybe it really put him in a spot.
Pushing you away.
Well, I mean, maybe
after everything blew over, he went out and scored like 30 another night. Like,
so maybe
it's not that. I don't think it's that at all.
Right.
He has an ego. He thought he started smelling himself. Why do you think he got chin checked? He won that championship. He was a second-year player. He was like the success that I got because they went deep into the tourney with Michigan. Like he thought, I'm the man, and he's a system player. If we're being honest, he's a system player.
Well, see, as I mean, then you can't be a superstar if you're a system player. And hey, man, he's only for
same thing.
Okay, hold on a second. With what you just said, Russ, just think about this for a second. Michael Jordan never won a championship until he saw the triangle.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. The triangle is great, and it's a great offense and everything. But I'm sure, and I'm not saying it didn't help him. I'm sure it did help his game. But what helped Jordan's game, he had to realize that he had to have help. Jordan, I think, for a long time, thought he could do it all by himself. It was amazing.
Jordan was a superstar before the triangle.
Yes, he was. And he was. But Phil Jackson.
That don't mean
Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was the coach that talked to Michael and got Michael to understand. We got to get you help, and you're gonna have to sometimes let other people take shots. You can't do it all by yourself, man. Yep. And that's what happened. Like, I don't give John triangle credit.
I hear people all the time say that the best coach that Michael Jordan ever had was Doug Collins.
Well, Jordan has given Doug Collins a lot of credit. Okay. I mean, he has.
How many championships did he win with Doug Collins?
No, but that's for different reasons. Phil Jackson
if you replace Phil Jackson with Doug Collins with those lineups, do you think that they win as many games and as many championships?
This is what I mean. I don't know that Doug Collins had the ability to approach Jordan and
Doug
talk
Collins
to him.
Was Zen Buddhist to use mental manipulation?
Wait.
I just don't.
Hold on, Nick. You're being unfair.
I just don't know that Collins had the ability, had the foresight or the knowledge and the ability to understand what Jordan that he needed. He needed to go up to Michael Jordan, a bona fide superstar, and tell him, "You need to change your game. If you want to win in this league, you got to change your way and change your mentality. You have to change your game."
That Doug Collins coached the Pistons, who had a good team.
I remember
ran into Michael Jordan. So
True.
Doug Collins could have very well got that team if he'd have had Scottie Pippen, Steve Kerr. Well, even before Kerr got there,
maybe
on the second three-peat.
Maybe.
But if he had had that same team, it's a possibility he could have won.
It is a possibility he could have won, but I just don't know that. I don't know that Doug Collins had the ability to approach and handle superstars the way.
Maybe not.
That's all.
Championships, but he would have won one at least.
Like, trying to understand, Jackson didn't just win in Chicago. He went to LA and won a bunch in LA. This dude has the ability to tell a superstar player without insulting him, we gotta change you up.
Phil did it. Yeah, he used to go to the media a lot.
Nah, come on. Let's be honest, and that's not true. Maybe he didn't assault. Maybe some players took it the wrong way. But he had the ability.
Time he was in New York,
he had the ability to talk to players though and make them understand.
Before we got to New York, let's not even.
Carmelo Anthony's a douchebag. I don't care about him.
Lakers. Let's talk about the Lakers.
Right.
He called Kobe Bryant selfish in the public.
Well, I know, but then they, but I'm sure Kobe came up to him and had words with him. But he knew how to talk. He knew how to talk to Kobe. He calmed Kobe down, relaxed it. Things got sure. and they won some fucking games, man. You know what I'm saying? I just think he's a guy who's more than just a coach. He knows how to. He's a conflict solver. You know, and let's be honest. And on an NBA team, it's full of conflict. It's conflict in itself. It's just the game of basketball is a conflict. It's crazy. And he knows how to. I'm sorry. You're not going to get me to ever say that other coaches are like, there might be better coaches than him, but there's not a better all around guy to handle superstars than him. Nobody handles star players the way he does. Nobody. I'm sorry. You can't tell me.
Disagree with you.
He's got the evidence is there, Nick. The evidence. He's won two places. He won.
Okay, and I'll give you, and I will give you the person that's been more.
You're going to say Riley, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I knew you were going to say Riley,
coach, and more successful as an executive.
I will say this about
been more successful as a head coach.
No, he wasn't more successful as a head coach. No way.
He don't have more championships.
No way. Phil Jackson.
LeBron's not the best player in the world because he don't have the most championships.
No, I'm saying LeBron. I mean, as a coach, your goal is to get the best out of your players.
It is
for the purpose of strictly winning a championship. He has 11 of them as a coach.
Yes, as a coach.
2 as a player, and he don't have any as an exec. I give you that. Riley has 3 as an exec and 6 as a coach.
Yeah, but
4 as a coach.
I'll give you credit on that. No, Riley was a great coach, and Riley knew how. Riley could handle superstars. He knew how to do it too. Yeah. He just didn't do it as well as Phil Jackson, but he could do it too. I'm not saying he couldn't. I totally believe Riley had some.
I think Phil Jackson is at the top. I think Pat Riley somewhere 2 or 3. You can argue that Pop is a better coach than Riley. You can make the argument, but I'm okay with either one of them switching around. But in the modern day, the reason why it didn't work out in New York is because this new age player, a lot of these guys were soft. Period. Mentally, they were soft. Physically, they were soft. And Phil Jackson comes from a different era.
Hold on.
He should not have been in the
correct.
Magic 1-5, yes.
So who was the head coach for his other 2? If it wasn't Riley, because Riley left them in 90. And Magic didn't win any after that.
Okay, so maybe he got 5
before that.
So maybe he got 6. So he got 6 as a coach, because he only got 1 with Miami. He coached. He took over the season halfway through from Stan Van Gundy.
Stan Van Gundy. It was Stan Van Gundy. Yep, that's right. It was Van Gundy. Yep.
So he got 6. Maybe he got 6, but he still don't have 11.
Yeah, he don't have 11. And also, he didn't do it with 2 different teams. You see?
Yes, he did.
No, but not as much is what I'm saying. So Phil has 2 sets of 3-peats. Actually, he got 3 sets of 3-peats because the Lakers went 3.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did 2 sets with the Bulls, 1 set with the Lakers.
He got 3 sets of 3-peats. That's hard.
That's not what I meant, by the way. I know he won with 2 different teams. What I mean is,
none of them are as good as Red.
I disagree with that too, bro. Like I respect the hell out of Red. He's one of my favorite coaches as well. If I'm looking at the NBA, but come on, man, it was only 2 major teams then. Like it maybe 3. Let's be honest.
I mean, we're
outside of the 76ers, who else was there consistently? It was his team, and it was the Lakers.
The Lakers.
Okay, name me another one.
Fucking
outside of the 76ers.
Okay, the Bucks.
No.
With Lou Alcindor,
they won 1.
Right.
I said consistent.
Well, all right. They played the Lakers most in the finals.
My point. It was just 2 dominant teams. That's it. He didn't have to play against other teams.
But then, like, that says that in the 90s there was only 1 dominant team when you had the Knicks.
But what I'm saying is, on the opposite side of you, there wasn't another dominant team, because with Phil ran through everybody. Like, it was more, to me, it was more balanced. It was more top heavy on East and West when you were dealing with Red when he was coaching. It was either the Lakers or it was either the Celtics, and you sprinkled in the 76ers every now and then.
Wherever Wilt was playing, because I mean, yeah.
That's all I'm saying, man. That's it. But like, I'm not trying to be funny, but like I love Red. Don't get me wrong. I don't take away from his accomplishments.
but like that means that we're discounting an entire era of the NBA.
I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying you can't compare.
Right, but you're saying the championships, when determining who's the greatest, don't matter as much because of the level of competition. But then we go and look at the 80s.
People say the same thing about LeBron, right?
And then we have,
let's be honest.
Then we have, right, but then in the 80s we have the Milwaukee Bucks. We had, come on, like the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay, how many of them won championships?
I'm sorry.
How many of them won championships? Just the Bucks.
No, what I'm saying is during the 80s, we're saying that Riley, we acknowledge that Riley was a great coach in the 80s. He won 5
No, I think Riley was a great coach.
Okay,
Riley, I'm sorry.
No,
yeah.
What I'm saying here, but like you're saying, like,
yeah,
you know, Reds don't count as much as Riles would, right?
No, that's not what I said at all. I said they wouldn't count as much as Phil Jackson's championships. Because you brought up Red. We were already I already said that Phil was better than Pat. Then you brought up Red. Red ain't messing with Phil either.
How many championships?
That's where I was going from, and maybe I just misunderstood you, but that's the standpoint that I was taking.
All I'm saying, Nick, is that there may have been, and look, Riley may have been a better coach with the X's and O's than Phil Jackson. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well,
I've never.
How we got?
What I'm saying is
that you said that that Phil Jackson handled stars better than Riley.
Well, I just think he knew how to speak to them,
because Riley dealt with more stars, different stars, and had success everywhere he went.
I would say you're right, but I would
that too.
But I no.
Where did he fail?
You said he dealt with more stars. That's what I'm disagreeing with.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Worthy,
Magic, Kareem,
Cat, Magic, and then
he have Lonzo Mourning,
Mourning, and Shaq. I'm counting
Tim
6.
Hardaway.
Was he their coach at the time?
Yeah.
Okay, so I give you Tim Hardaway.
Okay, then we go back to those Lakers teams.
I already went to the Lakers teams. I gave you the 3.
So
those are the superstars. There was no more than that. There was just Worthy, Cat, and Magic. Those were the superstars. You can't give me nobody else.
Thompson was
not a superstar. No, he was an all-star. He was not a superstar. As a matter of fact, most people wouldn't even consider him an all-star.
Dude, I forget he was even on the teams.
They wouldn't consider an all-star. Michael Cooper was a known name as a shooter, but they wouldn't consider him a superstar. Come on, man. How many all-star teams did Michael Cooper make? I can tell you right now, it's none.
Well, and he also didn't.
That's a star, but I'm saying he's not a star. Like stars is we can't keep throwing these terms around all frivolously. When Phil Jackson coached Shaq,
I'm sorry, he was the defensive player of the year.
That's not what I asked you. How many times was he an all-star?
I'm not saying that he was an all-star.
That's what I thought.
Like,
next, keep moving. Who else you got that he coached?
Y'all are funny. No,
when I do this, when it comes down to basketball, I do this. You can't tell me Pat Riley coached more superstars and stars than Phil Jackson. He coached Karl Malone at the end of his career.
So now, I'm just telling you, by your definition, Daryl Dawkins was not a superstar in the NBA.
No. I give you Daryl Dawkins, but he was
never an all-star.
He was not a superstar, but he was a star. He was a star. Daryl Dawkins was a name that was recognized. He was endorsements, and he could have been an all-star, but I do remember why he was not. But he was recognized on the. Wait a minute, Daryl Dawkins never made the all-star team.
Never made an all-star team. I just checked it on Wiki.
I think Daryl Dawkins was considered a star, an NBA star.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, dude, Michael Cooper wasn't a star.
But my point is, who coached Daryl Dawkins? What none of these people we talking about? Keep moving. All right, so continue.
But but the comparison is Daryl Dawkins compared to other players.
So Michael Thomas was a star.
He was a defensive madman.
It don't matter. Defense wasn't.
So then that means Rodman wasn't a star.
Michael, oh my God, Rodman wasn't a star. He's in the Hall of Fame. Is Michael Thomas in the Hall of Fame?
God, I don't know if he was or not, but he's a 5-time champion.
That's a no. He's not.
Well, what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is, I feel like they both. The reason why I think Jackson handled superstars better than, and I'm not saying Riley didn't handle him well. He did a good job too. What I mean is, Jackson had to handle bigger egos than Riley did, man. He just did, dude. Look who he had to, first of all, he had to deal with the greatest of all time. Arguably,
the biggest ego that Pat Riley had to deal with was Magic Johnson and Cap. So Cap had an ego too. I give you that. That's it.
Okay, but then yeah, all right, but then, and also
had to deal with Kobe. He ain't had to deal with Shaq. He ain't had to deal with your boy Jordan.
And Jordan, yeah, and then he didn't have to deal with whiny ass Rodman. I mean, I'm not, who's always wanting to go party, and he didn't have to deal with Pippen, who signed a bad deal and was bitching all the time. But he was underpaid, but he's the one that signed a shitty deal. It's always
but to be fair, that was towards the end of their dynasty.
It was. I'm just saying, but it still was a problem. He had to keep these guys focused, and that's and I just feel like that's what he was really good at.
I just feel like these players that were very important, vital to their teams, are being forgotten.
No, I'm not saying that. Now that you can play the argument,
saying that they're not a star.
Don't put words in my mouth. You're playing the argument.
For what? You're saying they're not a star. And
no, he said they're stars. He said they're not superstars.
They're not superstars. That's what I said. They're not superstars. You said he's managed more superstars.
There's a different level.
They're recognizable players in some sense.
So
not many people under us would know who Michael Thomas is.
Dealing with like Anthony Mason, John Starks, and making that into a competitive
Neither
basketball
one of those
team.
guys. Well, Anthony Mason played for Miami. No, he did not.
Yeah.
No, Anthony Mason played for New York.
Oh, Charlotte. Yeah, but yeah, he played for
Charlotte.
New York. Yeah.
But who managed them? Neither one of these guys had to manage them. You're bringing up players who.
I'm talking about Pat Riley. You're talking about who had to manage more stars.
His years in New York. Okay.
It's funny, guys. I forget he coached in New York. That's terrible, isn't it?
Yes.
I do. That's how forgettable his coaching in New York was.
All those people.
It was so forgettable.
All those egos.
Like,
there was more than
but none of them
to deal with than fucking
Anthony Mason wasn't a superstar. John Starks was.
Yeah, but those are different kinds of. I don't know. It's hard for me to call that team. Said that was a team full of superstars. God, I can't. They never succeeded.
And Ewing were the superstars on that team.
Yeah, I give you those too.
The other ones were not. They were role players.
But just saying that, like, just because other people were stars, talking about managing a basketball team, I'm saying
said you conflating his argument again. He said he was better at managing stars. You said he was better
superstars. Yes. I mean, the big dogs, the players.
Superstars. He never said stars.
The players are like,
Okay, superstars. Then again, Riley did it in 3 spots. Phil did it in 2.
Okay, but who did it better is the point. That's what he said. He got the best out of those players where he went in both places. He got 11 rings. 11 of them things.
Okay.
11.
So
not 11, 11.
Okay. So who was standing in Pat Riley's way?
Jordan, the person that
Phil
is coaching,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we give all these other teams in the 90s credit for what they did, even though Jordan ate and nobody else did, right?
I'm not saying that.
So why are we saying that he didn't manage these stars when he did? And these players were stars at the time that the New York Knicks were his team. Every fucking body that followed basketball knew the New York Knicks and knew those players.
But wasn't he also the coach of the Knicks?
I knew him as the disappointment.
Went to the finals and lost in the 50-game season. Wasn't he their coach too? Or no, that was Stan. That was John Van. That was
Jeff. Yeah, because they lost to the Heat, right?
Okay. No, they lost to they beat. They went to and played the Spurs. They played the Spurs in that.
Nick, you're wanting me to give him credit. You want me to give him credit for his coaching job in New York.
Yes.
He didn't succeed there. He failed. He didn't coach those guys good. He was terrible. They never won. They never won. They didn't win anything. They sucked. That's what I remember about New York.
Every other team in the Eastern Conference during Jordan's reign sucked.
No, what we're saying is I don't even think they won their conference. I don't even think they won their conference. Did they, Nate? Were they number one in the Atlantic? You should know. They played your Boston team.
In the Atlantic for years, weren't they?
Nah, I don't think on the Pat. I think that was all of the Jeff. You'd have to let me know. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't remember how many years he coached the Knicks. How many years did he coach the Knicks? Was he there for a long time?
Oh my God! Yeah,
I totally forgotten. That's how forgettable they were.
I thought it was only like 3 years.
How are you saying that?
The Knicks,
the coach for the Knicks for some of the most memorable games that we've ever seen on television.
Nick, I'm literally.
I just think they were so forgettable.
Remember.
No, but Russ is saying this like.
I just forgot about them. They're so forgettable to me. They were a team that I remember. I used to think they should be winning. They should be so much better than they are, and they just weren't. And I never could understand it. Well, Jordan was around. There's the Jordan effect. And Jordan always made lots of teams that were, but they didn't even win to the point where like they should have been a thorn in the Bulls' side, and they weren't. I feel like Jordan smacked them around. The Knicks were just like they were the team that Jordan would put 50 on when he wasn't feeling well.
Loved the guard.
You know, he loved the guard.
He was there from 91 to 96.
Yeah,
he got a pretty good winning record with the Knicks. It's
his worst record there. Let me see.
Oh yeah, like a season record.
He went 50. He went 51-31, 60-32, 57-25, 55-27.
Yeah, that's a
39 games.
So he was a playoff team. Okay. So,
yes.
But did they ever make it to a finals?
No, because Michael Jordan was there.
Did they ever Eastern Conference final? That's what I meant. Like, did they always make it to the Eastern Conference final? Did Jordan have trouble beating them?
No, Jordan. Yes, Jordan had trouble beating.
No, he didn't have trouble beating the Knicks. Stop! Get out of here.
This is revisionist history again.
You're making shit up. They never had trouble.
Not.
He never had trouble with the Knicks. Get out of here. The Knicks they'd be. That's so funny. You're crazy. They never had. Come on, man. Jordan would bitch the Knicks through the season and a postseason.
So exactly what you're saying is there were no other good teams in basketball while winning.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the Knicks were. I'm saying the Knicks weren't a very good team basketball.
Who did he? Oh my God!
I'm just fucking around. I'm sorry. Calm
Nick
down.
Is so fired up.
Calm down. I'm playing. I'm joking, dude.
False points isn't cool, dude. Like
I'm just joking.
I know. But it's not cool.
I legit don't remember Pat Riley's tenure being that long, and obviously it wasn't. It was from 91 to 96, so he was only there for 5 years. It's like a blink of an eye.
I think that they were. He did. I mean, he did the best he could with what he had, and I give him credit. Those were decent teams, and he handled them. He had to handle a couple of stars on the team. You're right, but you're never going to get me to convince me that he was better at handling the superstar player than Phil Jackson. You're never going to convince me of that.
Right,
There's no way.
Because you're not listening to the argument that he did.
I am listening to the argument. Your argument is stupid. It doesn't make sense.
Why?
You can't because
and everything else that we talk about, everybody discounts championships.
evidence.
Okay,
Well,
so why? So what? Whoa! So we're talking about again someone in the tenure that they were there won 50 games for 3 years.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
In the Eastern Conference with Jordan.
That's not fair. I can't discount championships with Phil Jackson because he seemed like he always won championships. Almost, I mean, rarely did he have seasons where he didn't win. It was just really, they're so rare. It's not fair. How can I talk about a season that Phil Jackson coached and where he did really well, but he didn't win a champion? But you can't count the championship. That's crazy. Come on, man.
10 years, 8 years, maybe.
I'm looking.
Was it 8 or 10 years?
They went to 2 conference finals under his watch.
No, I'm talking about Phil Jackson. He coached the Chicago Bulls for 10 years or 8 years.
I think it was 8 years because he was gone. He was
2 times, and that was the 2 years. Jordan
right. It was when Jordan had just come back and he didn't have his legs under him yet. They went deep into the playoffs, but they lost. And then that following season was the first game of the second three-peat. Yeah. That's when now Shaq went to and yeah.
I'm looking at Jordan's numbers against the Bulls. It don't look like he had a tough time with them at all, Nick. I'm behind.
Oh, you mean against the Knicks? I know he didn't, but this is I know what Nick's saying though. I'm not. I don't want to discount Riley. Riley was a great coach, and he was good at handling. He was good.
Champion.
He just wasn't.
He got swept by Houston.
Who?
Riley did.
That's right.
No, they didn't get swept, did they?
No.
Games.
Yeah, they didn't. That's right. One of the Rockets' opponents was the Knicks. That's right. One of those years, and Riley coached them to the finals when Jordan wasn't around. Yeah, I get it. That's fine. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, the year that Jordan took off.
Hey, how many has Phil won without Jordan or Kobe? Yeah, that's what I thought.
But that's because that's all. But those are the only coaches he coached. I mean, those are the only teams he coached, Nick. I mean, how can he not win? He can't not win without him because he always had them.
You can't use that same argument then against fucking Riley.
Well, Riley didn't have Jordan or Kobe.
That's the point.
I get it, but that's what I mean. Then he never had that. He never had that level of superstar.
Guess what? Hold on, Russ. I got it. Phil Jackson has the same amount of championships that Riley has without Jordan. 0.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that's fair.
What? Oh, okay.
No. Whoa. So the
Whoa.
Argument.
The same amount of championships without Shaq. The same without a champ. I mean, he had Shaq 1 year. So without Kobe and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Riley has
what was Russ's argument?
1 more championship?
What was Russ's argument that I made that point to?
My initial argument was that I felt that Phil Jackson was better at handling the egos.
I'm talking about the argument that you just made 2 minutes ago. What did you say?
I'm gonna be honest. I was looking at numbers. What did he say, Nick?
Which one? I said a lot of different things. Which one? Which thing are you talking about? Are you talking about when when I said that you can't?
I said
when Jackson has only coached Jordan or Kobe. I mean, he's only coached really 2 teams in his career, and he was very successful with both of them.
And Riley's been successful everywhere he's went.
If you want to, he's had some success, but not like Phil Jackson's success.
Right? Okay. No, Nick, hold on. So cool. They both been very successful everywhere they went.
Well, sure.
So that's well, hold on. So that's a wash, right?
So we're talking about managing stars,
Nick, hold on, Nick. So then now you got to go to the next step. So then how do you judge the barometer then to figure out who's better? You can only go by championships then at that point.
I guess here's when I'll tell you what. I'll give you this.
Let him finish.
Hold on, let him finish. Russ, because
what my point was that Phil Jackson, the 2 years that Michael Jordan was not in Chicago, did not win a championship, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
No,
he didn't. He came. I mean, he came close to getting there, but he didn't get there.
So as soon as Michael Jordan was out of the picture,
what
did Pat Riley and the Knicks do?
They went to a finals.
They went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were the Eastern Conference champions.
That's right.
They went and played for an NBA championship.
They did.
Ooh. Did he win it?
He didn't. They didn't win it. No, they didn't win it.
He ran into a better team. But
so he's always running into somebody better than him, is what you're saying. That's what it sounds like you saying. That Pat Riley's always running into somebody better than him.
No, but like I don't understand why we're even going off on this tangent when the point is that Phil Jackson didn't win without Jordan, and you're talking and you're hold on. Phil Jackson was coaching against Riley that year, right?
No, he was.
And Riley went to hold on. And Riley went to the finals. So what I'm trying to tell you, and you
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Right, but like the thing is that Riley went to the finals the one year that when the greatest player on the planet wasn't playing for Phil Jackson, he did not outcoach Pat Riley. Okay, well, that's the point there. And here's the thing. You were talking about managing stars, and what I said is he's done it with more in more places and been just as successful.
And now let's see. You had me until you said that. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong, and here's why. Now I'm gonna get
an argument.
Now I'm about to go at your ass. Here it is. Ready?
He manages stars better.
I'm coming. No. Here it is. I'm going at your ass. I said when it comes to X's and O's, Jackson wasn't the best. Might not have been the best coach with X's and O's.
That is what he said.
Riley probably. Well, then you just said that though. You just said he outcoached. He never outcoached Riley.
That's not what I said.
You just said he outcoached him.
You said he outcoached him
without his best player in the world.
That's what you said.
Coached him. That's what you just
right,
said.
Because you're using championships.
No, I'm not.
You're never his argument.
What I said was
it has nothing to do with this argument because Russ was talking about managing stars.
I said that's what I said.
And hold on, none of you has answered the point that Riley has done it with more stars in more places.
He hasn't done it though. He hasn't done it.
Believe that.
What do you mean he's done it? He didn't win the championship with the Knicks. He didn't do shit with the Knicks. He made it to the finals once. Fuck that. He didn't do nothing.
Once out of 3 years.
They lost. They sucked.
So hold on. He goes to the NBA championship.
I'm out. Well, I think
you can't say that's not a successful run.
Let's get back to basics, okay? You said let's go back to just the basics of the argument, managing the stars. Let's just name. That's
the main thing I was saying.
Stop. Let's go back to the managing of the stars, right? Mm-hmm. So Nick, name me all the stars. It was first of all, it wasn't even stars. It was superstars.
I said superstars. I'm talking about big, huge players.
So Nick, name me all the superstars that Pat Riley coached.
And I was, and then you discounted all of them.
No, because you're not naming superstars. You name stars. Name superstars. Name superstars.
Okay, James Worthy is a superstar. That's one. He's a Hall of Famer.
Bona fide. For sure.
Yep.
Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we started with the Lakers. Yep. That's it. That's the 3 you got.
Okay. Patrick Ewing's not a superstar?
Yes. That's
I would say Patrick Ewing is.
Okay, John
now we on the New York Knicks.
Superstar in the league?
That's the 2 for for them. That's it. That's all you got. That's the 2 for the Knicks. So now you have 5. So let's go to Miami because that's the next.
So you're telling me at the time in the league, Anthony Mason wasn't a superstar?
No, he was not. He was a star, and he was a recognizable player, but he was a star. He was not a superstar.
So what makes someone a superstar then?
Elite level talent. Everybody can like you are the cream of the crop. You're in the top 10 of your numbers. Elite level. Like you can go to any team and they'll recognize you as a star.
All right. Then was Charles Oakley's a Hall of Famer?
He's not a superstar. Charles Oakley was known for beating the shit out of people. He's not a superstar.
So you're not. So
he's a star. But it's a lot of stars that's in the Hall of Fame. Christian Laettner's in the Hall of Fame. Was he a superstar? So don't bring the Hall of Fame.
In college, yes, he was.
And the Dream Team. Team.
He's not in the Professional Basketball Hall of Fame. He's in the College Hall of Fame.
He's in the Naismith Hall of Fame.
But that only for the Dream Team. Only for the Dream Team, not for his career.
Okay, all I'm saying there's going to be stars that's going to be in the Hall of Fame that are not superstars. It just is. There is. It just is. The NBA let so many people into the Hall of Fame. The basketball lets a lot of people in the Hall of Fame. There's broadcasters in the Hall of Fame. We can
move on to Miami then, and the Hall of Famers he coached there.
Okay, let's go there. Miami.
Gary Payton, Tim Hardaway, Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning. There's another 5.
Okay, and then you forgetting one.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Dwayne Wade. Sorry.
Yes. So you got. I'm counting 11.
Yeah, there's a lot of he's handled a lot of star players.
Yep,
I agree with that, and he had some success with them,
Mm-hmm. Yep. So let's go to Phil Jackson. You ready?
Okay. And
I'm gonna name those. I'm gonna name. No. I let you talk. Now let me talk. It's my turn.
Right, but let's just be sure and frame it that this is about handling of stars. This isn't about wins.
Handling of.
I know.
Superstars.
I just said he had some success with them.
Absolutely. I'm with you. Yeah. So that's clear. So let's go to the Lakers because we got 2.
Well, let's start with the Bulls.
Oh, we can start with the Bulls. Okay. I was just gonna work my way from the East Coast back to from the West Coast back to the East Coast like we did with Pat Riley. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Cool. So with the Bulls, Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Horace Grant.
No, not a superstar.
He's an all-star.
Not a superstar.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Like you said, you was talking about Hall of Fame, right?
Okay, so then you have to give it to Oakley because Oakley has similar career numbers.
But Oakley was never an all-star. Horace Grant's been an all-star. Horace Grant's been an all-star. And you got Dennis Rodman. So let's say, you can even take Horace Grant out. I'll give you that one. That's probably fringe. You got those 3. Dennis Rodman.
So yes, Charles Oakley was an all-star.
Okay. Cool.
All rookie.
So you should give Pat Riley Charles Oakley. I also take Horace Grant. So that's 4, right? So then you go.
Why is Dennis Rodman a superstar?
What?
Why is Dennis Rodman a superstar?
Because he's the greatest rebounder in the history of the game. Not to mention a hell of a defensive player. Yes.
It made him a superstar.
Wouldn't make me a superstar because I wouldn't rebound that much, but. Are you kidding? You didn't just say that. Stop it, Nick. You didn't say that. Get out of here.
It's the same reason Ben Wallace was an all-star. Elite level talent.
That's bullshit.
Elite level talent. Elite.
Why is Dennis Rodman a super? Are you fucking nuts?
Every team he's gone to. I'm not giving you Mason because he wasn't every team that Dennis Rodman went to. He was known for his ferocious defense and his rebounding. Known for it. Like that's what made him who he was.
Mason was an all-star. Mason was all NBA third team. And the sixth
He was not a superstar. He was not a superstar. He's not a superstar.
He's more decorated than Ho.
Than who?
Than Horace Grant.
He's okay. So you can take Horace Grant away. You can take Horace Grant away. I said he was a fringe player. But let's go with the 3. So you got Rodman, Pippen, and you got Jordan. All right. So now let's go back to the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
You got Shaq, Kobe. You got Gary Payton, and you got the mailman.
Was he the coach that year?
Yeah, he was. The year they lost to my Pistons. He also had Dennis Rodman again there.
Oh, that's right. He did. I forgot. Yeah, he did have Dennis Rodman again. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I thought he was undefeated in the finals.
Who? I never said that he was undefeated.
No, I said I thought.
No. Remember he lost to the Pistons 2003.
Yeah, I think it's the only loss he's ever had. The only loss in the finals he had. Yeah, but he
that record.
So Riley, isn't that Riley handled probably more?
Right, but when you got the egos, nobody had a bigger ego than Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Scottie Pippen was a head case, like y'all said. Dennis Rodman was a head case twice.
You added Magic Johnson for Phil.
I didn't add Magic Johnson. I never said Magic
you
Johnson.
said it. You just
said you did. You meant to say somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I did I say Gary Payton? Because that's who I met.
Yes, you said Gary Payton and Karl Malone.
Karl Malone.
Because he had
I never met. No, I never met Magic Johnson. Never Magic Johnson. I know Magic Johnson wasn't even sniffing around the Lakers when he got over there.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm trying to say is that Riley did it in more places with more people and was successful.
Yeah, but they weren't head cases. Like he didn't have superstar head cases, and that's Roy.
I don't know.
Point.
I think
the egos that he had to deal with were worse than what Pat Riley had to deal with.
Riley did a good job. I never said Riley didn't do a good job, though. He did. He was great. He was the only other coach I can think of as far as handling superstar players that I would say probably on Phil Jackson's level, even close to Phil Jackson. But and what I'm saying is
that Pat coach were character guys, man. If we're being honest, like Phil had to deal with
Phil had to deal with first of all, Phil had to deal with the GOAT. That's number one. That trumps all of it. He had to deal with the man. Okay. And okay, and then I want to go into Rodman. Jesus Christ. Rodman wanted to spend his nights in Vegas instead of playing for fucking championships.
Right.
And he had to keep him concentrated.
Leave a game, get done, go get on a flight, and go to Vegas and go out, and then go to the next city.
Dude, remember the fucking Jordan had to go get his ass.
Here we go. What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
What's up, E?
Did I make the party?
Hey, how you doing, Bubba?
What's up, man?
So
go with your 2 cents, man. Go ahead with your 2 cents. I know you're about to say something.
I haven't watched anything, so I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, cool.
I was defending Riley with your Knicks.
He basically said that Pat Riley has had to deal with more superstar egos than it wasn't his argument, to be fair, but he's dealt with more superstar egos than Phil Jackson did, and categorically we think that's false.
I think Riley did.
Wait.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Phil had let's see, Shaq, Kobe, right?
Mm-hmm. Rodman twice.
Rodman, Jordan,
and
Pippen. So you got just there alone. You have how many Hall of Famers?
That's 5.
5 Hall of Famers right there, right?
Yeah, but he dealt with Rodman twice.
He dealt with more.
That's 2 different sticks.
But we're just gonna count Rodman once, though. But he dealt with Rodman. You got 5 Hall of Famers there, right? And that's just off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. Phil Riley had Wade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shaq.
LeBron.
No. As a coach, we're talking about as a coach.
Oh, as an actual coach, not as
yeah, not as an exec.
He had Pat. He had Ewing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys crazy.
You're crazy.
Y'all crazy.
Well, hold on one sec. Hold on, Scott. Let him finish his numbers.
What other? I'm trying to think. What other Hall of Famers did Riley coach?
Well, he got some Hall of Famers, but were they superstars?
Well, I'm starting with the Hall of Famers, right? And then you usually the Hall of Famers are also the biggest fucking divas, and then you work your way down, and then you got your nutcases like your John Starks, your lunatic players like that. I don't know, man. It's hard to see. I mean, look. Phil had to deal with the whole Michael Scotty,
Rodman
hating Kukoc drama.
That too, I forgot about that.
I did too.
He had to deal with that. He had to deal with a diva like Scotty, who was like, "Oh wait, last shot ain't for me. I'm gonna sit out and not go in." Right. He had that kind of ego. And look, and say what you will about Rodman. He might have been a fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
But I don't think Rodman was like that had that type of ego diva-ness. He was just stupid and crazy.
Well, he just wanted to go party, dude. That snort some coke, and bang some prostitutes. That's like
and kick cameramen in the nuts.
Yeah, that was sure.
I think Rodman was a different type of headache than some of the.
I would say it's probably
superstars. True. I could be wrong. I have never heard that Shaq was a hard.
Shaq didn't want to get a
player to coach.
It was never about coaching, but it was his off the court stuff. Like he wouldn't work out in the summertime, and his work ethic in that.
I remember Shaq was fat.
He was a bigger, better Zion that way.
Listen. I'm a Lawrence Taylor fan, so when it comes to off the court shit, I don't give a fuck. I can look a lot of off the court, off the field, off the court stuff.
But it affects your season though. If it takes you 20 games to get in shape, and we could be winning, now I got to coach differently, and I can't use you here. And this.
Look, I have a bigger issue with him not learning how to shoot free throws.
Shoot free throws, yeah.
I have a bigger issue with that.
Who was it that Jordan got into it with? Was it Paxson?
Oh, he got into it with Paxson. He got into it with Kerr.
He punched Steve Kerr in the face.
Yeah, he knocked Steve Kerr's out.
Yeah.
What's my other man's that he used to call a little B word in practice? He got into it with him.
Oh, everyone.
Cartwright.
Corey Blunt, fucking 3-point champ guy.
Oh, Hodges. Yeah, him and Hodges got into it.
He hated Hodges. Livingston. He bullied Livingston out of the.
Livingston was the one I was thinking of. That's right.
And who was the Bulls GM's name at the time?
Jerry Krause.
Jerry Krause. He treated Jerry Krause like a little bitch.
Dude, that was
Jerry Krause was a bit of a snake.
And he was.
Anytime the owner gonna tell you don't sign that deal that Jerry Krause just gave you, he's up to
Phil had a lot of headaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot more headaches, I think, to deal with outside than Riley did.
That's why I think from what he accomplished as a coach,
especially when you start thinking about it. Especially when you start thinking about it, right? And then Phil came to New York.
Yeah.
Phil coached in New York.
So did Riles.
He
did it first. He went from LA to New York.
You're right. You are correct. But when Phil came to New York, Phil came with I don't care anymore attitude. Remember, the man only wanted to coach road games. I mean, home games.
Yeah, home games.
At one point.
I mean, he made his money, right? So
exactly. Like he was a bad fucking choice for the Knicks. They thought they were getting Chicago Phil. I don't know what Phil they got. They got Chicago Phil. They got LA Phil.
They got retired Phil.
They got retired. Yeah, I got Phil wanted to go and be on his boat fishing.
They got Phil that was hanging out with Bill Walton a little too much.
I don't know, man. It's hard because look, I have never heard a bad thing said about Dwayne Wade, right?
Yep.
I have never heard. Look,
you can't
LeBron has his own is a different type of diva, right? LeBron will sit there and force you to make organizational moves to get the players he wants on his team, right?
Right.
It is what it is, right? It's just a different type of headache. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just a different type of headache. It's just a different type of
forces you to do business.
Yes, it's a different type of headache. But what would you rather deal with that, or would you rather deal with your power forward kicking cameraman in the nuts? Would you, what would you rather deal with as a coach? Is the question. Which is, what would you rather deal with? To be honest, out of all of these guys, I'd rather have Coach Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Dwayne Wade was like
out of all of them. Just attitude wise with what I saw with Wade, and you know what? Probably Kobe too. the man's work ethic was just insane.
Again,
yeah, but he had moments too, though. You remember?
Of course he did.
You don't remember when
Oh,
Phil Jackson called him out in the media?
Yeah,
for being selfish.
I thought about something else for Riles also.
What you got?
When he coached Kareem, Kareem was Kareem.
That's what I said. I gave you Kareem. Like Kareem was a bit of a head case.
But what I mean by that is that Kareem was a different animal than any superstar we've had since him, except I'd say LeBron James, and what I mean by that is socially relevant and culturally relevant.
Yeah, larger than life. They be good in a game of basketball itself.
Yeah,
Kobe never transcended that. Until he died, unfortunately.
Jordan did though.
That's what I said. Jordan did for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but, like Kareem's on a little bit different level than Jordan on that because of the reason that Kareem was so important in the civil rights movement and Jordan always stayed quiet.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm talking about culturally relevant. I'm not talking about right or wrong.
But there's a lot of things that go into culture.
But you know why? Hold on. You know why I think you're wrong though.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, and this is just everybody forgets that about Kareem.
Mm-hmm.
It is not. You don't think about that.
But it's just culturally
when you watch the craze of what Jordan did to footwear and Nike and sneakers, and to this day, it hasn't changed.
Yep.
He started. That's why, like, I'm not. I get what you're saying about Kareem, but unfortunately, people forget that part. You know, it's not something that people don't remember that stuff.
Shoot, forget Kareem, some of these young people don't even know.
Kareem got involved when people were getting their ass. Kareem got involved when people were getting their ass beat for being black. Jordan was involved when people were getting their ass beat to get a sneaker.
Exactly, but they're still getting their ass beat to be sneakers.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's still a fucking craze and a half.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like he literally changed. He put a small, because at the time Nike was actually a small shoe company.
That's true. They were very tiny.
Well, in basketball, anyway.
And he turned them into
Nike was a small shoe company
in general.
Period. Yeah, Adidas and was it K-Swiss?
Converse
were like
Converse had the Nike. They had the NBA thing, but even in general, Nike was still the smaller.
I mean, Nike was a running shoe at that point.
Yeah,
it was a small, like, people wear Jordans with suits and tuxedos now.
Yeah, that's
that's just like what he
and the icon on the shoe. That icon is
his impact globally on what he did for that brand and his marketing. It's part of the reason why he's the GOAT, though. It's part of the reason why you think of him as the GOAT, because he's so still relevant.
Funny thing was, some of that was his mom.
Yeah.
Smart lady. I forget even how to. I was going to ask that question. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just feel like, and I'm not trying to diminish Riley in any way. I think he was he handled everything he had to handle. He was great. I just think I always felt that Phil Jackson just knew how to handle that level of player a bit better than everybody else did, and that's all I'm saying.
Phil had,
I
mean, and I'm just going my more modern time. He had Kobe, he had Shaq, he had Jordan. You're looking at three guys right there, top 75 all time list, Hall of Famers,
and by the
some of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
By the way, Nick, I almost lost my shit when these guys were trying to tell you why Rodman was a superstar.
When Nick said that, I thought Nick was fucking with me. I think I still think Nick was fucking
Rodman
with me.
was a superstar.
You're out of your fucking mind.
He was to the defense part of the game what all of the people you're calling superstars were to the offensive part of the game.
Exactly.
I don't think that Rodman was that much more special than Ben Wallace.
Whew. And I'm a listen.
Except that he's the greatest rebounder of all time.
Is he though?
I'm tapping out of the conversation.
Yes,
because I can't respond to that.
What the fuck?
I'm saying I don't think was he
what
better than Ben Wallace?
Yeah.
Have we seen a defensive? Have we seen a defensive player on Rodman's level?
Yes,
since
Ben Wallace.
Or before?
No. To be fair though, he did it, and he was like half the size of Ben Wallace, like bulk wise.
True.
And he was also pushing Shaq still into the paint when he was guarding him in the West Coast, playing with San Antonio. Yes, he was a pest.
And he used to molest Karl Malone and get him to foul him and shit. It was great.
But what I'm saying,
Ben Wallace is the man, but oof.
But like, is Robin that much better than him?
Yes.
I don't think so.
You're out of your mind.
It was that much taller. Like he zoned in on rebounds much more than like Ben was a better blocker to me than Rodman.
Right.
Okay, I'll give you that because Ben was huge.
But he I mean, they still the same size. They both 6'9".
Yeah.
But
Ben was long,
your boy
Rodman.
No. But
for him.
But no, I'm not, and I'm from Detroit, so I like them both. What I'm saying to you is, Rodman was a better rebounder, but he was also better as just a one-on-one defender than Ben Wallace was. Ben was a better help side defender, but he couldn't check many people one-on-one.
Plus, dude, come on, man. Rodman could get in the fuckers' heads, dude. Wallace could never do the shit Rodman could do. If Wallace was handling Karl Malone back in the day in his prime, you think he couldn't have done nothing like. Man, Rodman fucking got Mark Malone said so bad. God damn, he played. Wallace ain't got shit on that, man.
So because he played mind games with Karl Malone,
it was part of his game. It wasn't just Malone. Bro. He did it with a lot of other players.
He was an asshole to everybody, but like,
dude, it was part of his game. Nick, he would get people out of their fucking game, get them off their game, and get them to do stupid things like punch him or push him and get a foul. And next thing you know, they're fouling out the game. He's like, bye bye. See you later. He was strategic in his game.
The things that you're describing about Rodman are all the things that you hate in Lambeer, but you're giving Rodman credit for it.
Because Rodman was better than Lambeer at it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I feel like this is the night when it was very similar to the night when
this is the night where Nick
pulled out Larry Bird as the GOAT over Jordan, and I was like,
oh my god!
You know why I made that argument? Because everyone discounts Larry Bird, and I think that Larry Bird is
not true.
I think that Larry Bird is one of the top 5 players of all time, and to say that now is fucking controversial.
I don't think anybody would argue that. Like you could argue that. That's fine. That's a part of the argument. You just
but that's not the argument you made that night, Nick.
No,
that's
it wasn't.
Though, because we were talking about Jordan and LeBron. And then Bird's name came up, and he was dismissed out of hand. So I pulled.
Because we're talking about the GOAT. When we're talking about the GOAT,
we were talking about the GOAT, and Bird was dismissed out of hand.
Yes,
right.
And when you dismiss Bird out of hand, I don't agree with that.
Yes, but he's not in that conversation of number one. No, you cannot tell me. When it comes to number one, Bird is not in the conversation. When it comes to top 5, yes, you can put Bird in the conversation, and I will listen to that argument all day. And again,
even number 2.
Think about it. Think about it. Nick, real quick. Think about it. How many players have played in the NBA? To sit there and put a person in the top 5 all time. How is that disrespectful?
Exactly.
Out of
that's still an honor.
Like all time, we're not talking about the top 5 on his team or even the top 5 Celtic.
No, we're talking about
one
all
of the top 5 players of all time. There's nothing disrespectful about that at all.
How many guys are you leaving out?
You're being discussed in the top 5 of anything. You should be discussed as one of the greatest of all time.
Yes, but Nick, one of the greatest, top 5 is different than the greatest.
Yes,
there is a difference, and that is what we're trying to tell you. 2 different conversations. When it comes to
you also can't have that
GOAT,
argument through
he is not in the GOAT conversation. He is not in the GOAT conversation. He is in one of the best all time. One of the best all time. But yes, guaranteed.
So, like, where's the stop then? 1 and 2? Because I don't think that LeBron is better than Kareem.
No,
when that's fine. That's your argument for the GOAT. That's your argument for the greatest of all time.
LeBron's better than Bird either.
What did you say? Who's not better than Bird?
LeBron. 2,000 points. If you don't get the hell out of here, Nick, this dude has 40,000 career points.
I don't care.
But this is why it's important.
He's had more opportunities.
Hold on, Nick. Hold on. I'll let you talk. Let me talk. He has 40,000 points from a guy that they said passes more than he shoots. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like that sounds
because he doesn't. You don't score 40,000 points being a pass first player. He's never been a pass first player. You don't score 40,000 points being a pass first player. The problem that narrative comes from
passing in the fourth quarter. He was
especially earlier in his career. And the stigma stuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Back to Ben Wallace and Dennis Rodman real quick because I think that was a more fun conversation. Ben Wallace averaged 9.6 rebounds his whole career. He's 6'9". Dennis Rodman averaged 13.1 rebounds his whole career.
50% more.
He's 6'7".
Okay.
50% more.
How tall is Bill Russell?
Bill Russell was 6'11".
Okay.
Oh, you throwing Bill Russell into the mix now?
This is what Nick does. He conflate argument and then start throwing extra people in these conversations.
I'm telling you,
no. Because you're saying the argument is that Rodman is the best rebounder of all time, correct?
Well, number wise, he's not.
Yeah.
But it's not always about numbers.
Said that.
I think he's the greatest by my eyes.
At being a superstar because he was in his time the best rebounder in the game. That's what he cut his teeth on.
He's 23rd all time.
Doing that on the court isn't what he did on the court isn't enough to be a superstar.
That's what made him a superstar.
Off the court is what made him a superstar. Hanging out with Madonna, wearing wedding dresses.
No, you're wrong. That stuff came from him being a superstar. See, if he wasn't a superstar, he wouldn't have been banging Madonna because no one would give a fuck.
Detroit?
Well, didn't he actually score? Didn't he score in Detroit?
This dude
didn't he take shots in Detroit sometimes?
As a pest, as a rebounder in Detroit. Absolutely, he was a star in Detroit. What the fuck are you talking about, Nick?
Yeah. He was a star. I forget about Rodman before the Bulls. I'm sorry. You're right. He was crazy good in Detroit.
Was Rodman in the top 5 players on that team?
Listen. Rodman is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
No.
Was he a top 5 player on that Detroit team?
He may not have been. He may have been.
That Detroit, come on. That Detroit team was
loaded.
Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. You guys, like, I don't understand your definition of superstar.
I didn't say he was a superstar when he was with Detroit.
Then why are we counting him for people for Phil to manage?
Because he managed him when he was in Chicago. He was definitely a fucking superstar.
Why?
When he was with the Lakers, he was a superstar.
What he did on the court makes him a superstar.
Dude,
that's your opinion. I'm saying most people.
Dude, you don't win 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, man, like that. You don't.
Dude.
You don't. Like that's not anybody wins those awards.
How many did Ben Wallace win?
But no one's saying Ben Wallace is not a superstar either.
I just think Rodman. I just think Rodman's better than. I just think Rodman's a better rebounder than Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace has multiple All-Star appearances. He's in the Hall of Fame, and he has a championship. You can, and he was considered a superstar. People wore afros because of Ben Wallace. Like it's not hard to say that he's a superstar. Was he a less of a superstar than Rodman? To me, he was. But Rodman was the bigger star of that.
I think when we're talking about Rodman, that we conflate how good of a player he was with his Q rating.
You realize Dennis Rodman weighed like 210 pounds, bro?
Okay.
No. I know.
Was 200 and
but
like
Nick,
90 pounds.
Okay.
I would argue part of being a superstar is your Q rating. Here's the thing: a superstar player isn't only what they do on the court. Because what you do on the court gets you known, gets you more popular, more. That's what creates a part of the superstar. But Rodman was a superstar because he was known as the best at doing something in his game, in his profession. He was the best rebounding. And he was a really good defensive player, and also he touched people in the ass to get them pissed off. It was great.
There was a reason
I just think
why Jordan brought him to the Bulls.
I'm sorry, what?
There was a reason why
Jordan wanted him on the Bulls for sure.
Yeah,
Jordan soft as fuck.
You know how good that team was? That team was so good. They could have a fifth guy out there that they knew wasn't going to score anything. They didn't expect any offensive production out of him. His job
better than both of them. How's that? Okay.
His job was to fuck with the other team's superstar. That's what his job was. Keep him off their, D him up, keep him off his game. And that's what his job was. And I remember there was a time I watching a post game where Rodman had gotten in some trouble during the game.
Here's kind of where my mind.
That's just Dennis.
Here's kind of where my mind is.
I think you can't separate your love of the Celtics from these conversations. It's a problem.
Well, here's
because then if that's the case, you know what? Patrick Ewing was the greatest center of all time, and I can start having that argument, and I don't.
No, but Larry Bird has stats that these other superstars have that we aren't talking about.
Like what?
Larry Bird is one of the most efficient shooters of all time, besides the fact that he won like that. Larry Bird had, I believe, how many players in the history of the NBA have 90, 90, 50, 40 seasons? I believe it's Larry Bird, Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and Steph Curry. And that's
impressive. Very impressive.
So what are we getting
Larry
at here?
Bird averages more assists than both Michael Jordan and LeBron James.
Okay. He passed the ball a lot.
More rebounds.
Okay.
All right, I'll give you that.
Like
everything that you're
legitimate arguments.
Arguments for what?
And they're automatically discounted just because of Michael Jordan.
Nobody's discounting him. For everything that you just said, that's why he is considered among the top five, or at least
there you go.
Everything,
exactly. The top five. Like, everything you're saying is why. But you can't just take those stats and say, oh, he's the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Because that effectively ignores every other stat that all the other players are great at.
No, I'm saying that he's competitive in all those stats and has other stats to argue with that those players don't have. That's why I'm saying he's a legitimate choice to talk about as the greatest of all time.
He's not, though. I'll tell you why I do.
And you just discount it with just saying, oh,
because he's not.
I'll tell you why he's not.
You don't tell me why.
Well, I'll tell you why. The eye test for me. If him and Jordan went one-on-one,
I don't go with the eye test.
Well, I'm telling you,
I've never been a big fan of the eye test.
Jordan would kill him one-on-one. LeBron would kill him one-on-one.
Okay,
that's it. Can't beat him.
LeBron would probably kill Jordan one-on-one because he's too big.
I disagree.
Doesn't mean
I think that's where I disagree. I think Jordan can handle his own against LeBron.
I don't think Jordan. I bet you Shaq would whip the shit out of fucking both of them in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't mean Shaq is better than them. So the one-on-one argument don't work. Here's the thing.
You have a point.
What's the say? What's the thing that goes on that they say? It's only happened 4 times in the NBA history where a player won the scoring title, MVP, first team all defense, Finals MVP.
Yeah,
it's only happened 4 times. Jordan. That's why Jordan is the GOAT. There is nothing else to talk about.
Okay, hold
you want to talk about number 2, 3, 4, 5? There is nothing left. And I hate Michael Jordan. I am a Knicks fan. I hate Michael Jordan. He is still better than Larry Bird. He is still the GOAT. Nick, get over it.
When we talk
Fuck
about
your
MVP,
Celtics. Go Knicks.
Even talk about Larry. I didn't even talk about Larry Bird's MVPs in this because I didn't talk about any of those things because those are voted upon honors. Same thing with all-stars and all that people use. I'm talking pure numbers in what they won.
So
when you use that metric, yeah. If you use that metric and what you guys talk about with Jordan, he's not the greatest player of all time by your metrics. It would be Bill Russell.
I don't know how this image got posted so quickly because it's pretty much the epitome of this conversation with Eric B's hands on his forehead.
Right, but like here's the thing: none of you have like all you said is it's just this way, and haven't given me an argument.
Because we went into the stats last time we had this conversation about Jordan.
What you went into were everything that you showed was a voted upon honor.
No.
Yes, Defensive Player of the Year voted upon honor. MVP voted upon honor. All-Star voted upon honor. I'm talking numbers in winning.
Okay. Well, Bird played 13 years in the NBA, right?
Right.
Okay. Jordan played 15 seasons.
Okay.
So that's close, right? Close enough. Mm-hmm. How many championships did Bird win?
3.
Jordan won 6. Double the titles.
Mm-hmm.
And are you trying to tell how many scoring titles did Larry Bird win?
None.
By the way, that's Nick, not voted on. That's not voted on, right?
Nick, what, Nick? You're right. If Larry Bird not being in discussion for the GOAT is wrong. If you're not first, you're last. It's disrespectful if you're not the GOAT, right? Just everything we're saying is disrespectful.
No. It's not disrespectful.
Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to not even be.
Here we go. These are not voted upon. These are not voted upon stats, Nick.
Okay.
NBA championships. Michael has 6. Bird has 3. NBA seasons. Michael has 15. Larry Bird has 13.
Okay. Why does that matter in greatness? Hold on. Why
length of career does matter.
Because length of
career does matter. It does.
Okay.
It does. Length of career. Health.
Playoffs played 13 versus Larry Bird's 12. All-Star games played 14 versus Larry Bird's 12. MVPs, okay, we're gonna skip that. Finals MVP.
All-Stars
okay,
2.
We're gonna skip that.
All-Stars 2.
All NBA first team, 10 versus 9, Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
all NBA teams. Stat. Okay, all defensive first team, Michael Jordan,
voted
9, Larry Bird 0. Defensive Player of the Year. Okay,
voted
scoring leader. How about scoring leader?
Scoring title. Go ahead. How many Jordan have?
Steals leader 3 for Jordan. Larry Bird 0.
Okay.
Points per game. Jordan averaged 30.1. This is a huge one too. Fucking huge. Jordan had 30.1. Larry Bird has 24.3.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That's it.
Larry Bird has rebounds per game. Great. Assists per game. Larry Bird's got it. Great. Steals per game. Jordan 2.3. Larry Bird 1.7. Blocks per game. Both of them are tied. Total points. 32,000 compared to 21. Now wait, hold on. Let's go back to that game that years played, 15 versus 13. What's the percentage difference there? It's like 15% difference. But this is a total of 50% more points that Jordan scored over his career than fucking Larry Bird did. Okay,
how many more games did Jordan
so
play
listen.
than Bird?
So this is
how
the
many
point.
More
this
games
is the
did Jordan play than Bird?
2 more seasons. And then probably some more playoff,
man.
And one more playoff. I want playoff games.
That's
probably.
not it.
Total steals.
Stats.
Michael Jordan 2,514. Larry Bird 1,557. Total blocks.
But that's why. Wait, stop for a second. Both of you stop for a second. Both of you stop. This is why health and longevity do matter.
Yes.
Because
right, but that's what I'm saying.
But it matters. That's why.
Totals, when you're talking about,
but that's why health and longevity matter. He wasn't healthy enough. He wasn't able to. His longevity wasn't able to do that. His body couldn't handle it the way Michael Jordan's could have. The way LeBron is doing it. You know, it counts. It matters. It factors into the equation. It does.
Okay, so
field goal percentage 0.497 for Jordan. 0.496 for Bird. Very close, but Jordan edges him. 3-point percentage. Actually, Larry Bird's the better 3-point shooter. Congratulations. Right? Point. Their best season. When you compare their best seasons, points per game, Michael Jordan 37.7 in his 1987 season. Larry Bird 1988. 1 year later, 29.9. Again, 25% better. Again, rebounds. Larry Bird's got it. He's got it. Great. Assists per game. Michael Jordan. No, I didn't discount it. But my point is that if you cherry pick your stats, you can certainly make an argument for Larry Bird. But you can't cherry pick the stats. You have to take it in totality.
That's right. We are trying to take the career in totality.
What position did Larry Bird play?
Small forward.
Small forward.
Okay. What position did Michael Jordan play?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
Okay. Who's supposed to get more rebounds at that position back then?
A small forward.
Small forward.
Again, so it's one of those things where it's like being like, well, Hakeem had more blocks than Jordan. Guess what? No fucking shit he did. He was the center.
Right. But when we're talking about this stuff, it's still a point.
Best playoff games.
And Jordan has gotten more points.
Best playoff games.
And I'm not talking about
per game.
Baskets.
43.7 points in 1986, Jordan. Larry Bird, 27.5.
Hey,
this is in a playoffs game. What's that?
When he scored 43, what happened in 86?
Oh, yeah, he got him one time.
He got swept.
Whoop-de-doo, he got him.
But again,
Jordan got swept. Jordan got swept, right? Okay, let me ask you a question. Who was on Bird's team at the time, and who was on Jordan's team at the time?
That's right. He had the better team. But here's what I'm saying.
He should have got swept in 86.
Who had George Gervin, and he didn't even play the whole year.
Yes. But, here's what I'm saying. You can go through, and all that Jordan has on Bird that aren't voted upon accolades are championships, which you guys have said don't matter, especially when it happens when it's with LeBron. Okay.
Who says it? Okay.
Championships.
Okay, continue.
Championships and scoring. That's it.
And steals.
Okay, and steals.
And blocks.
So that
no,
they're
blocks. Tied in blocks.
So then Bird only has rebounds and assists. Right. Jordan has 3, Bird has 2. Conversation over.
Shooting percentages. Yeah, dude.
And here's the thing, right? We're not arguing that Bird is a bad player, or he is among the best players in the league ever. Top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Okay.
But you cannot make and you cannot make a comparison to say that Larry Bird it can be considered for the GOAT. You
can.
You know what? Let's see who's had many. I want to know who had more fouls called against them. I want to know who had more travels called against them. I want to know who has more turnovers. But you know what? They do. I want to know turnovers. Turnovers matter.
Let's talk about Jordan and turnovers. Go ahead.
I want to know about technical fouls. Okay. Come on, it all counts, right? It all counts, right?
Dude, no, I never said that. Dude, that's not what I'm saying. All I've said is that if you take away the voted upon stats,
but you shouldn't.
MVPs, this is what I'm saying, dude.
And Jordan still beats them.
Jordan still beats them.
It just bugs me out. MVPs don't count. Championships don't count. You're taking all the stuff that you need. That everything counts, Nick. Everything counts in your career, including your off the field shit. I'm sorry.
What Nick is saying is you can write a history book, but unless you lived during that time, it doesn't matter. I'm saying you can be a historian, and if you live during that time, it doesn't matter what you've seen. It doesn't matter. That's what he's saying, because those are the people. The writers are the people who vote on that. They vote on those numbers, so it don't matter that you watch the game and you cover the game.
Like Steve Nash getting those MVPs over Shaq, shit like that happens all the time.
But
that's what I'm talking about.
Let me ask you this question.
It's part of the game, dude.
Their careers overlapped, correct?
Yes.
Their careers overlapped.
Definitely overlapped.
Okay.
Yes.
During the years they overlapped, who went to more? Who won more championships?
Are you really asking because it's Bird?
Bird only won
the
one
years
championship
that they overlapped.
I think by
Michael Jordan won one.
I think by the time the Bulls started doing what they're doing, Bird was already out or on his way out.
92,
and he did it for the Dream Team.
He won more championships during the time that they overlapped than Michael Jordan
came in what, 86, 84,
81, 82.
No,
Jordan, no, not 81.
I was born in 84.
Larry Bird's rookie
84
year,
or 86.
No, Jordan's rookie
86.
Year.
Jordan's rookie year was 84.
Yes.
Okay.
So
1984. From there on, how many championships does Bird have?
2.
All right, so he
Jordan
won 2. I thought it was 2.
1.
I was like, I don't think it's 3. He won 2 because he won
Jordan
them other ones before Jordan got to the league. Cool. So Jordan was basically a rookie.
So Bird won in 84 and 86.
Got it. So the beginning of Michael Jordan's career.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
91 and 92. Jordan won in 91 and 92, and I think it was 91, 92 he won. Because then it was 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, right?
Yeah, it was him he ran into the Pistons. The Boston Celtics was not an issue for him. It was the Pistons. The Pistons is what helped him win those championships. Running into us.
Yep.
Wasn't Boston.
So Jordan 91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98. So
91 and 92. So 91, 92, 2 years.
So they had the same amount as
they had the same amount.
Same amount.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. All right.
Y'all realize we still live? We could take this offline. It's midnight.
Yeah,
we still live.
All right.
Let's take it offline. All right.
Before Nick has a heart attack.